Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Fly into the far-flung future of robot maids, flying cars, and homes that look like the Space Needle in this week's episode of Meet the Cosmic Jetsons. This is your GM Patrick here, an Orbit City employee, and joining me in slaving away in a grueling 2-hour work week in the factory are my fellow Space Sprocket employees and your 5 players. To my left, Jane, get him off this crazy podcast. It's Jabert jabbering away as Jamfram.
Jammers.
Across the digital table from me, meet none other than George Critson. It's Miles, make him believe is redacted.
Good evening.
To my right, his daughter Judy. Why, it's Tyler talking as Prey Deer.
Good evening.
To my immediate left, his boy Elroy. We have Drew dying to play Zilixthel.
You guys ever hear that theory about how the Jetsons and the Flintstones take place at the same time? Just with the Jetsons being up in the sky and the Flintstones being down on the ground?
They're supposed to be like 100 years in the future. Across from him, Ruh-roh, we've got a gray Scooby-Doo on the row. It's none other than Rebecca rolling as Asher and Sky.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm very confused. Isn't it Astro?
Yes, and he predates Scooby-Doo, but he speaks like Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, okay. I couldn't remember if Astro talked or not.
Yeah.
He does.
He was Roarge.
He has
Hero Roarge.
Roarge. Yeah, he talks just like Scooby-Doo. Miles, maybe you know this, but the last bit of Jetsons animation was a WWE crossover.
Yes.
Like direct-to-video film. And the last one before that in 2017 was like a 1990s theatrical release movie. The Jetsons are like completely forgotten about.
Yeah, it's a bummer because they're super fun. Like the classic, like the Jetsons, the movie is a really solid flick.
I probably haven't seen it since the 90s, since 1990.
It's a lot of
George
fun.
Jetson would have been born in, was it March of last year?
Probably.
I forget how.
Because the people from that time period had a way brighter vision of the future than any of us do.
Oh, yeah, sorry. George Jetson's date of birth is officially July 31st, 2022. So,
Wow.
Yeah. Let's go get that baby out there somewhere. Get him on that treadmill.
There's plenty of time, to be honest. I mean, I think we can get there.
If you guys haven't noticed, we're doing the intros this season are sci-fi TV shows. And that's like one of the earlier ones, believe it or not, is the Jetsons. And I thought it was much later, but they had like a resurgence in the 80s.
They did. They did that
stuff. Did
all Flintstones did too,
and
Scooby-Doo, and a pup named Scooby-Doo.
Well, so the good thing about the Flintstones and Scooby is they continually had other shows going on at the time. I think the Jetsons just kept running reruns.
Yeah, well, they only had like a season or two in the early 60s, so that's where we're at, early 60s in these sci-fi TV show intros. Let's get back into this week's episode of Horizons of the Vast and talk about what happened last time on Cosmic Crit. If you guys recall, we are playing Correct the Recap, where as a team, you can correct one thing that I say wrong in the recap here. And if you get a couple of them, you get an episode reroll. And if you get none of them, I get one. Last time on Cosmic Crit, the crew of the Burnished Dawn made for a planet that seemed to be a 97% match with old Galarion. Seems impossible since the Gap wiped the memory of it from the universe 323 years ago. Tyrell Holdings' charter was the 5th colony to land on the planet and choose the Verduran Forest for their initial settlement, giving their closest charter neighbor a 100-mile berth as they began to land cargo bays and unload, though there were 7 mole vermin that showed up and raised a ruckus. Jamf sliced a few in half to Asher and Sky, and Tropic striked another from existence. And after the fighting, Ezra and Shire and Balco Ungtar served you all dinner till the next crisis in the colony presented itself. Good luck, everyone. That's the recap.
I think they were called mole beetles, is what I wrote down.
Ooh, going with an easier one here. Mole beetles is correct. It's not.
Correct.
They are probably vermin, but
Nice. I was really counting on you saying 12 because you threatened us with 12 of them, but you only said 7, and there were only 7.
there were indeed 7. Anybody else got another correction? Yeah, now you wish you were
I don't
rhyming recaps, don't you?
I'm gonna say that the forest is wrong.
You okay? Well, that's Tyler's guess thrown out. Unless anyone else has got one jumping up at them. No one gets a reroll. No one gets a boom then.
I thought we chose the Taldor area, but maybe that's the same thing.
It's north of Taldor, but yeah. The exact spot was the forested location, and that was what would have been Verduran Forest of Galarian Old. You are indeed the 6th colony, the 6th charter to choose a place on the planet. There are already 5 that sat down. You gave your nearest neighbor a 200-mile grace area. It wasn't Balco Ungtar who served you dinner. It was Lashunta named Namiltana. How dare you not remember the one guy that served you dinner here? So the last thing that happened, you all sat down to eat, but indeed there was a distress call that came over comms. But I lied last week. There wasn't a distress call at the end of last week's episode.
You tricked me, Patrick.
There was actually 2 distress calls.
Oh, got
so
us.
it's like static coming through as you hear, screams coming from the northern side of the settlement, where you see about a half dozen people went to the colony silo to get that set up. But also over the radio here, you hear the comms, you hear the faint voice of Gavin Neldener, the crew's electrician, saying, "Need help at the power plant, please." So, yeah, to the north of the silo, where the settlement's grain is taken care of, and to the south, the power plant.
Looks like it's time to split the party, y'all.
Ezra and Shire says, no, you best stick together. Maybe just pick one of them to go to first. I'll head over to the other, but what's the priority here? I mean, the silo feeds the colony's workers, but power plant's tied to every piece of tech we've got in the charter. What do you guys think? Where you want to head first?
I believe. Oh gosh, not that. Woo!
You okay there, Tyler? You need a little
Just
drink?
dying on a chip. I took a bite out of a chip. I almost didn't make it back. Woo! It is my estimation that our best priority should be what grants us power. If we lose food stores, those can be recovered, but a lack of power in an unknown area could be devastating.
I'm now I can do nothing but imagine this elf eating some Doritos and like choking on them as you're making this decision.
As you know, lembas bread is very dry. And sometimes we're just not ready for it.
I'm sorry, which did you choose? I was having too much fun imagining in my head.
The power. Praetor
Power plant. Got
would
it.
want to prioritize the power over the food silo.
A full belly's nice, but a hot shower is nicer.
I mean, I'll go with what the party thinks. Jamfram is not one for. Jamfram might actually be pretty stoked that the power's about to go out. We all get back to living like the old times, Pilgrim style, baby.
Well, if that's the case, then you want to go to the silo.
I want to go to
who
the
needs
silo.
a power plant?
We don't need the power. We got our own muscles, and if we've got the power of dinner, then who needs electricity? When you have good old shadow puppets.
Wind, solar, dinner power. Those are the 3 that you need.
Right. That's my preference.
What about
But Jamfram's not going to kick up a stink about it. But
what about Asher?
I'm not sure Asher has a really strong opinion either way. I think that they would probably prioritize the power plant.
Okay. And redacted, Miles, you feel the same way?
This being feels it's prudent to prioritize our power.
Cool. All
Does
right,
Redacted
well-
even eat?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they need sustenance. Just don't talk.
Maybe Redacted does. Maybe Redacted doesn't.
Ezra Shire says, "Okay, I'll keep the comms open, and I'll head to the north and see what's going on in the silo as you go for Gavin. He's not responding to any calls here, but yeah, we'll meet back up. Let me know what happens. All right."
We will. Here, hold this tin can with a string tied to it, and I'll call you on it when it's time.
Yeah, I'll just contact one of the other 4. That's fine. I don't think the string's going to be that's too short of a string.
It's not very long.
Yeah.
It's like 40 feet maybe.
Right, as you guys are walking, perhaps driving in a space wagon to the south here, you see walking in that direction the healer priest of Eloratu, the Asharin Laoshu, who kind of flags you down as you're going past. It seemed like he was getting ready for a bed slug to jump into bed right before these alarms came up, and he says, "I heard there was some need of assistance. Are you all okay? What has happened?"
The current status of the power station is unknown. We are headed that direction to check in with the person in charge there and make sure that things are running smoothly. I do not know if Sky has recovered all of her wounds from our fight with the beetles, though.
Do you need some healing? Is anyone still hurt from those mole beetles?
No, Sky and I are just fine.
Okay. Well, I will come with you. Perhaps Gavin is in need of my help. As you guys crest the ridge, the outskirts of your settlement here, you see that the site you've picked out for the power station, it's nestled under a low ridge of stone covered with creeping vines, just well overgrown. And this is the power core from the Burnished Dawn, the ship that brought you here, kind of removed, taken apart, and set up to temporarily power the settlement until you guys can construct or import a larger city-sized reactor. As you get here, let me take us to a new map. I told you there's like more maps in this book probably than any other Starfinder book that I've seen. The folk that you see here waiting to inform you what's going on here is indeed Valko Unktar, one of the communications folks for the expedition. He waves his arms to kind of slow you down, and
I assume everyone's riding in the sweet ride.
In the buggy, in the wagon. Yeah, I mean there's enough room. Do you guys all want to be in there? Like,
Me in the bug.
Yeah, put you in. Boop.
Think Zilix is going to walk?
Laosho has to walk. There's not enough room for anyone else in there. Balgo Unktar kind of waves you over and says, Gavin, he got hurt somehow, but it's dangerous. I got shocked moving over to him. Mr. Jamp from hello, redacted everyone. Be careful that there's a lot of loose live wires. Must have gotten an old Gavin. I think he's okay. He's on the ground up ahead, but I tried to get him and I got shocked and knocked out for a minute or two.
I draw my sword and I say, "Never fear, we will defeat these live wires. They will not be living when we're done." I put it back in. I try. I put a piece of tape over the part where I put a tiny cut in the upholstery on the ceiling. So
just had this detailed.
Nope, that's 1 point of damage for your vehicle. I think you avoided it in the running over of mole beetles last week, but it was like a 0.5 damage away from taking a point. So
that's an hour of work on Redacted's part now.
I was about to
Thanks
say,
a lot, Jamfram.
It is like a full hour for repair action, but it's crazy how much. I mean, if it's like repairing items, you repair a bunch. It's like you repair your skill check in HP for items. So an hour will get you back from like
24.
almost completely destroyed state.
That's good to know.
I'm pretty sure, unless there's special vehicle rules. Yeah, so indeed, as you look up ahead, you see these large kind of ports that are all wired up to the main core chassis here. And there are some sparks every few minutes kind of coming off of some of these wires. Feel what's going on here. What would you guys like to do?
Zilix is going to kind of see him kind of ripple as he activates his sheath array, which is going to give him some bonuses to reflex saves.
Okay. How do you want to proceed?
So can we see any of the sparking wires on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of stuff that seems to be unattached here. Some are hanging off of the towers, the little ports here. It looks like maybe some things were ripped out, or perhaps you're not sure what happened, but it does look like a little bit of a disaster zone here. And if you're peeking ahead, indeed, you can see the still looking body of Gavin Neldener on the ground. He's a dwarven electrician, like I said.
Does anyone know enough about electricity to know what would happen if we were to touch a body that had been shocked?
The worst static electricity shock you've ever received.
So would that be an engineering check?
I mean, his body is probably fine. You'd have to get up close to, give him an inspection, but I mean, are you asking like in real life? Like,
I don't know. Like, I don't want to go and touch him and then be like shot. This is sci-fi. I don't know what the rules are here.
No, this is fantasy. He's a dwarf. He's not a battery dwarf or
Yeah, I mean, I think it is a fair question. His body may have fallen down onto a live wire, so we should proceed cautiously. So this dwarf may be a fully dead dwarf. Is he smoking? Is there a pleasant odor of roasted beast?
He's got a little cigar going out the side of his mouth. He's like,
does anyone have a broom? Because I was always taught in school that if you have somebody that's got shocked by an electric thing, you hit.
You want to sweep up around them.
You knock their hand away with a wooden broom, because that won't conduct the electricity back.
Balco's like, I have a baseball bat if you want to give him a good crack.
I do want to give him a good crack.
All right, what do you guys want to do? The time for talk is done. Leosha's like, you have to go see Gavin. Make sure he's okay. Bring him back. Get him away from that dangerous situation.
Well, Asher will pipe up to say, I have not yet revealed this to you all, but Sky has a special power that allows us to stabilize another. Perhaps we should get closer and see if we can stabilize Gavin.
Goodness, you hide your magics under a bushel, I say. Please, post haste.
On the contrary, it's all over my skin. Do you not see?
I assumed that was, I don't know, sloppy eating or something. Anyway, cool. What?
You just spilled Jello all over your skin.
I didn't want to bring it up. It seemed like a shower could have handled it, and I didn't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. No. Once more, Rebecca's playing a Trizarchia.
Triziarca? Triziarca? Yeah.
An alien who has kind of like a symbiotic bond with technically a whole nother being. It is another creature that is an ooze that basically just sits on you like a tattoo or like a membrane.
Very much like a tattoo. In fact, the powers that I have, like racial abilities, are tattoo magic and I think tattoo transference or something like that. Like I can give you a piece of my ooze and then you get its magic too.
And I don't know.
Are you trying to start Last of Us in this game? Is this Last of Us?
Sorry, Siri thought I was talking to her.
Not you, Siri.
You want to get a tattoo?
It's a little like The Last of Us, but less horrifying. More helpful?
Definitely more helpful.
What was I going to say? Triazarcas tattoos, magics. Oh, they can come in like all kinds of shapes and sizes. Some of them are like zebra stripes or bands, and some are kind of contained just to the back and shoulders, and others just go all throughout like extremities. So it varies from Triazarca to Triazarca, but yours are visible on your like arms and legs. Is that right?
Oh yes, and Asher does not hide them either. I mean, honestly, like Asher, and this is true for all Triziarca, from what I understand, is, Sky, and that's why it's Asher and Sky, right? Like, she sees Sky as a part of them. Like, they are a they, not, we are a we, because they are, two beings in one. So, yeah.
Sorry. Yes. So
What?
You said we are a we, because they are. And I said French.
Oui.
Because I'm bad at telling jokes.
You still need to get closer for the stabilize skill. I think you are limited to about 25 feet, and from where you're standing right now, maybe about 60, 50 feet away, somewhere in there.
Yeah, how far can I move? Can I go all the way up to him?
Yeah, if you'd like, you'll be required to dance through some of these wires.
Oh, I will gladly dance through the wires.
And by dance, I mean,
what I was going to say is I was going to describe, like, physically, Asher is wearing clothing that intentionally shows off their skin because they want their parasite to be able to breathe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Yeah, I'm going to go right up to Gavin and try to stabilize him.
Anybody going with
Zilix
our friend Asher? Zilix heading through as well. Are the rest of you?
I won't let. Wait, you said it was what kind of check?
Acrobatics. Acrobatics to kind of hop, skip, jump over some of these wires.
I will provide moral support with diplomacy.
Well, you can also use perhaps an engineering or a physical science to kind of pick out dead wires from live wires as you move.
My acrobatics has a +1 circumstance bonus because of my sheath array. So that will be 9 instead of an 8.
Well,
not
obviously,
a great roll.
we've got a leaping electronic lizard here, because that is a fail. It looks like you've moved Praetor up as well, Tyler. Yeah,
but I'm going all the way around. I'm not going over any wires.
I tell you how
I'm staying
close you can
well
be.
on the outskirts.
Can I roll
far away from anything?
Can I roll physical science to see if I can get around some of this failed acrobatics check?
No, it'll be more fun when you fail. Okay, so Jamfrom and Redactor are staying back with Balco and Laosho. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's probably for the best.
Well, that's fine. This is a little bit of electricity damage, Drew. And by a little, I mean an average amount. 3 points of electricity damage, as indeed one of these loose wires on the tower as you're walking by kind of falls down and gives you quite a shock. As you get closer to this dwarf, Gavin, you can see he's breathing. He is unconscious, though. He seems to have indeed taken some burns, some shocks. Rebecca, is there anything Asher would like to do here?
So he's not unconscious?
He is. I think I just said
Sorry,
that.
I was zoning out.
He's not dying, though, so no need to.
Okay, so no stabilization. Right. All right. Well, not much I can do then. That's very helpful. I have a healing serum, but
yeah, you can blast them with one of those if you'd like. There's actually native to this planet a tree where they just grow, which is crazy. Like fully formed healing serums are just falling off the branches like fruit. So
that must be nice.
Go willy-nilly, just drop it.
Would be nice.
Do you
can you imagine being in a fight under that tree?
Well, I'll give him a healing serum.
Do you want to try for a medicine check first?
Nope, because I have End of 8.
End of 8. What about Zilix?
I can do medicine.
Yeah. What's your... You trained, Drew?
Whew. Thought that was going to be a 2 for a second. That's a 23.
Oh yeah, it rolled right next to it. 18 on the dice. That is a success, as you're able to maybe crack some smelling salts, give him his nice chubby kind of what was he got, like a half beard going on here? Yeah, he's got like a Abraham Lincoln kind of strap around his his chin here. Yeah, you give him a little slap on the cheek. Maybe pull his goggles off.
All right, there, up and at them.
The vine's dangerous, he says. And as he does, something in the brush behind Prater rustles as something comes out of the bush.
I pull out my gun. I'm just kidding, I don't have a gun. Oh, crap.
I mean, you're still in the car, right?
Oh, no, he's not. He's well far away.
I'm over like in the bush.
I was very excited when you said you were going all over there, Tyler. Indeed, what looks like a walking bush with some very brightly colored flowers kind of comes meandering on out. I need everyone to roll into the initiative turn order as we in that time.
Oh no, right here.
That's about right. That makes sense from a story perspective.
1 second. I was texting Tyler pictures of my kid.
I requested them specifically.
Okay. He's like, look at my child. It's great. Let's see. Yeah, I'm hanging out with Prater.
Miles has picked the space truck instead of your character to roll into the initiative turn order, which I find hilarious. Yes, but this thing does have the drop on you. It's gonna make just a quick little slashing attack. What do you got? You got some vines here. A tendril attack. Melee tendril. What is your armor class, Praetor?
Oh, you probably still got me. 13?
No, I've rolled a 2, Tyler. Natural.
Sorry. I'm used to you still hitting on 2s and 3s.
This isn't Pathfinder 2nd edition. That is a fail, and we're going to go into the regular initiative turn order. Indeed, starting with Redacted and Asher and Sky have both rolled. Looks like the same here. I think. Does one of you want to go first? Take the initiative?
Well, Asher is really close to where this thing is, so if that's okay, I feel like they could go first. Yeah, Asher's gonna say, Praetor, look out behind you! And
I just honked my horn.
I am going to run over. I have to remember how entropy points work. And I am going to actually dance over with my battle ribbon and charge at it, take a shot or a strike.
Can you make me another acrobatics check as you're moving?
Sure.
I don't think these are going to be a big problem for you, but oh boy. Well,
that 20 could have been an attack.
You stole her 20 from her, you monster.
I feel delightful for that. Yes, that you take less than 0 damage. If you had hit point damage, you somehow acrobating over these live electrical wires gives you the confidence to get an HP back. But no, right. You are next to this thing now. Is there a standard action you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'm actually sorry. I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I am actually going to use just my battle ribbon, but not as an entropic strike because I only have 1 EP right now. I think. Hold on. Sorry, I have to remind myself of how I get EP every time.
Like 3 or 4 things.
Okay.
Some are
if
reactive.
I charge, I get an EP. Does that count as charging what I just did?
Well, you had a straight line. You just have to declare it because there's some negatives involved with
well, I
charging.
think I literally said I'm going to charge and take a strike, but I didn't realize at the time that gave me an EP. But now I have 2 EP, so I'm going to spend one of those to boost my attack.
Okay. Right. You are at a -2 to the attack. Two's the attack.
Oh no, so that's a 7?
Yeah, that doesn't matter anyway. Probably would not have hit.
That's sad.
You've got book rerolls if you want to use them. They're all over the place. Everyone's got one.
Could
Wait,
have
did
been
you-
that 20, but
Or you use yours? I forget. No, someone used one last week, but I think it was because you figured out something about the recap. Okay, that is your turn. Space Truck and Redacted. Miles, what would you like to do?
So, I guess Redacted will probably start sauntering his vehicle towards everyone else, kind of popping up
Yeah,
to the northeast here.
Yeah, you're not going to like this. Your movement speed for the space wagon is 15 foot.
All right, so I can do a double move for like 30.
Yeah.
All right, and in that case, obviously we're going to put on the very cool dad glasses, hands at 10 and 2, make sure the gloves are on right, and just sauntering our merry way down to this battle.
Jamf, you're in the co-pilot seat. What's on the radio? What are you fiddling with things, or are you eschewing all electrical devices?
Currently, Jay and the Americans come a little bit closer is on the radio.
Yeah, I think the driver gets to pick. So driver gets to pick the music. So.
Right.
I was hoping
in the immortal words of Dean Winchester, driver picks the music, shotgun shuts his cake hole.
Right.
Shuts his cake hole.
All right, let's take a look here. I'm still pretty far from all the action, aren't I?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not your turn yet. I was just asking for flavor and for fun.
Oh yeah. No, I
feel like Jaffram would like Jay and the Americans come a little bit closer.
Yeah. I think it's a great jam. Great jam. I think it slaps, and I've got my tongue hanging out my mouth out the window with the wind. The 10 mile an hour wind blowing in my blowing in
15
feet per round wind blowing in my face, and I've got my sword out, and I'm like trying to joust with the car.
I'm sure that'll
actually. This song is like the perfect cadence for that speed too.
Okay, then we are on next to Zilix Fell. Drew.
All right,
How do we
Zilix,
do?
seeing what is happening, a long arm appears in his hand, and he would like to take a shot.
Just materializes there all of a sudden.
Yeah, you see it sort of be built up by little tiny cubes.
Cool. Sci-fi cool. What kind of long arm?
That's an azimuth laser rifle.
Oh. Now, are you trained with it?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, it doesn't matter. Our roll in today is pretty doo-doo. We've got I rolled a 2. We got a 5, and then now a 3. Ugh.
Gross.
Sorry, Drew. But you still have that rifle. You still got it, Drew.
Can't really be taken away from me, but
Oh, yes, it can.
I mean,
Yes, it can. And this vine creature is ready to do so.
it's made out of my nanites, so I'll just make another one.
Oh, okay. Well,
we're gonna
Gotcha.
we're on to our friend the vine, the living bushes turn, and as you Asher and Praetor are right next to it, it kind of crackles with electricity as it is going to continue to make some attacks. We're gonna do 2 attacks, one against Asher and one against Praetor. That order. Ooh, one of these has got a hit, right? What is Asher? What is your armor class?
AC?
This is a bludgeoning attack, yeah.
15.
Okay. Rolled a 13, so this is our first hit for our plant friend. For minimum damage, 5 points of bludgeoning. And Praetor, I'm
strong
sorry.
plant.
Your KAC Praetor is 13? No.
Gene.
13. Still a miss on Praetor. Hasn't gotten
Literally not wearing any armor.
the ability to hit you yet. Well, you're fast. You're crafty and fast. Jamp, we're on to you now. Chipert.
I see. So I'm still a good ways away. Are there still a bunch of like hot wires on the ground between me and the gang?
I think it's mostly between these towers here. If you're going around the outside, like Praetor did, which seems to be the route the space wagon's taken, we're not going to have to worry too much about those rolls.
Okay. This car is moving a little slow at the moment. I'm going to spend an action, I think, to exit the vehicle, and I'm going to. I don't know what kind of an action it is to get out of a car, but it's some sort of an action, I'm sure. And then
You have to take off your seatbelt, which is usually a button press. I would assume that'd be a swift action.
Yeah. Swift action, standard action, get out of the car, move action. Yarg! Charging forward. Say, hold on, everyone. I'll be right there soon.
Boarding or disembarking is a move action, I think, itself.
Oh, nice. And then
Goodness.
What's charging in this game?
Technically, this vehicle is in motion, and it says vehicles in motion require an acrobatics or athletics check. You've tied yourself to the wrong horse, Jamfra. But I imagine you're pretty athletic here.
I mean, I'm level 1, but I'm pretty athletic for a level 1 character. Nah, I'm not athletic. Wait a minute.
It's not adding your bonus. It's
What is up with Roll20 these days? I swear. Anyway,
what's your
roll
bonus?
5. So 8.
You don't think that is a success?
Do I just fall underneath the car just so you get run over?
Jamfram gets hit by a car.
The soundtrack changes to Lowrider.
I don't have a negative here in the base vehicle rules, so I think you're just like hanging on the outside of the vehicle.
Like I get my coat caught in the.
I'm coming. Yeah, so I think you're technically still on it. So maybe you're on the roof. I don't know.
Need to invest in some ejector seats,
Right? Yeah.
I think those are
people
a thing,
who cannot
Miles.
get out of the vehicle like normal.
I'll be able to get out of the vehicle when I'm a stronger.
Good and ready.
If it's a move action, you can technically try again. Try for a rolling.
This is going to turn into a Mr. Bean episode so fast.
Oh yeah,
It's already here, Drew.
Oh, you're out now, baby. 16 on the dice.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Well, that's my turn.
You guys are having fun back here in the party wagon.
Toot toot.
Don't worry, we'll make sure this monstrous plant is alive a little bit longer. Prey Deer is next.
I'm just checking it. I'm just checking a note real quick. Oh man. Can I identify this thing? What would I roll? Mysticism?
You can.
Sounds good.
You can try. No, I'm pretty sure this is the old life science.
$20 in your bank account says this is mysticism.
Oh, you should have maybe gone to the silo if you wanted that.
Dang it! All right. Well, I'm not trained in life science.
The plant is life science. You can roll untrained for identify.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, that is enough to recognize perhaps the features of this alien plant here. This is I'm pretty sure a new monster, as in made for this AP, called a Joltvine, and is a medium plant creature. Just straight 17 roll is enough to know a couple things about it. What would you like to know, Tyler?
Weakness, if any?
Its viney stalk is very dry shrubbery and is made of wood, so is vulnerable to fire.
All right. Keep using that laser weapon, Relix.
Not gonna hurt. Not gonna hurt.
Not gonna hurt.
What else would you like to know?
Can it be affected by mind affecting effects?
Well, grand question. I believe that is part of plant immunities.
Yes.
I'll double check the old plant immunities.
Hey,
yeah, mind affecting effects is one of the things they're immune to.
just want to let you know, like 9 out of my 10 spells are mind affecting. Just FYI.
That's real
future.
bad, Tyler.
Just for the future.
There's nothing but dumb animals on this planet.
That's kind of my whole thing. That's kind of the whole gimmick here.
It's like Cassius all over again.
The
should've brought
planet
Itis.
is nothing but just mindless, dumb monsters.
Yeah, you see Praetor's eyes maybe glow, and perhaps he looks confused. He's looking off in a direction that's not the vine creature. A little uncertain, maybe where he is in time or place. And that's not an action in this system, is it? So I still have
Identify? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, good gravy. Okay, let's. I think. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Okay, I don't know why that was done. I'm gonna try. I'm just gonna use a level 0 spell here. Injury Echo.
Okay.
And so that's not mind affecting.
Yep, I think
But
we
it doesn't have
determined
a
that
will
last week.
Yeah.
A will save, you say? I will take it. I have rolled a
All right.
16 on 9 dice.
Yeah, Cassius. Praetor is maybe can't quite tell where the creature is or why he cannot connect with it, and that's my whole shtick. That's my whole dig.
Oh boy, we're back to top of turn 2 now with redacted space truck. Well, I guess it was technically Asher and Sky went first. Sorry,
Yeah, that's from Sky, wasn't it?
Rebecca, what would you like to do?
I am right next to this thing, so I am going to take 2 entropic strikes. Am I allowed to do that?
It's
Yes.
space
Okay.
tech.
And it's
No longer have the negative for charging, so
-4 to each of these, right?
-4.
No, 6. Four. -4. Okay.
Unless you have something special.
It's been a long time since I didn't have like flashing strikes and all these things that affect that. All right. Yeah. So 2 strikes. I am going to spend 1 entropy point to boost one of these, just the first one. So that's a 3.
Oh, straight 3 on the dice again. Another 3 coming up here.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Is it not adding my bonus either? Oh, I don't have a bonus. Do I not get a bonus to my attack?
Did you add in a -4? Because maybe it just took it away.
Oh, yeah, that's what's going on.
So these are straight D20s you're rolling here. So we're gonna need some high numbers. I mean, I guess not really high numbers, just like more than a single digit.
All right.
Second attack.
This one is not boosted.
Oh no.
Also a 3.
Oh no. Well, we need a new sound effect. Not toot toot, but a threep threep. Threep threep three. Threep threep.
Disappointing.
I'm a Jeep. Oh, Asher is whipping out with some strikes that crackle the air with like some kind of crazy energy right next to you, Praetor. But everywhere you hit, this vine is doing its crazy undulating dance and moving right out of the way. Space truck, Miles, we're on to you.
Oh, we're just gonna saunter up another 30 feet, I guess. Popping up. Now, Patrick, when Redacted does want to use the vehicle, if Redacted chooses to use the vehicle as a weapon, is it subject to the same 30 feet, or if like you do a ramming thing, is it different?
I think both ram and run over allow you to move at double speed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
I do have, I guess, acquaintances in the way.
Just a couple, but whatever. We'll see if that's the case after its turn, because it's gonna. Well, first is Zilix Thel is next in the turn order.
Am I shooting through
Asher
Asher?
and Sky. Yeah, at this point, it does look like it's got a little bit of cover from your friends.
All right, then Zilix is going to kind of just scoot over a little bit to get a clearer shot.
Make me an acrobatics check. Hey, that's a success.
There we go. Okay.
10 on the dice.
And he's going to take another shot.
Oh yeah.
That's a hit.
There we
got
go.
a 16 on the dice against the AC, and indeed, this is vulnerable to fire, so a little bit more than this 5 damage here, Drew. Nice. And that is the first damage on our Joltvine friend. Oh, gosh.
That's the first
been a rough
damage.
That's the first damage on it. But maybe you'll have a chance to do a little bit more, because its turn is now, and it's going to move right up to Zilix the Hill. You can make an attack of opportunity, Asher.
I can try. Oh, sorry, that has extra damage on it. Oh, that's a 20 to hit.
That is a hit. What is your KC?
13.
13. I've rolled just a hit. Just a hit for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
Bump. A giant vine. Maybe
Hey, I have something I can do now.
wraps around you here.
but I rolled the damage wrong. Let's see. I think it's only 4 damage.
Okay, but 4. Is this your entropic strike?
It is, but I'm not using an EP.
Okay, what kind of damage you just gotta say?
Oh, right. I'll do acid damage for fun.
Okay, seems to go through here. Second hit on this thing is gonna move right up to you, Zilixthel, and throw at a branch. Try to hit you with a branch. That is its full turn as we get to Joltvine, Mighty.
All right, let's see. Is this thing? Ooh, he got a little closer. Ooh, do I have a straight line? Ooh, I got a straight line.
You're measuring from some place that isn't where you are on my map.
Oh yeah, I'm.
You're here.
Yeah, I'm right there. Oh yeah, must have got desynced or something. So yeah. All right, so I'm gonna make a charge. Yar! Say, stand back, foul tree! You shall be a live wire no more! And I swing my mighty axe. It's a sword.
A sword axe?
maybe he'll think it's like scary, like an axe would be scary to a tree. Anyway, here it comes. -2 because charging.
Yeah, do living plants have axe phobias?
Don't matter when you roll an 18 on the dice.
6 points of slashing damage.
Okay, that is enough to bloody this.
Yarg!
Joltvine, the shocking
Lucky I'm not a
shrub.
beaver.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? Natural attacks.
Natural predator.
Not predator, but prey deer is next in the turn order. Tyler, what you got?
I'm gonna move next to Verlix.
Ooh.
I am always, because I have a tail that can attack, so I would technically be counting as flanking if you wanted to get on the other side of him.
Nope, I'm not. Drew, I don't have a weapon.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a weapon. I forget.
I don't have a gun. I don't have a knife. I don't have armor.
I got nothing.
I have nothing.
If you're moving straight, that could provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. Praetor is. I mean, you guys
Praetor's
know
a
this.
tank.
He's no, but he often is out of it. I mean, or doesn't seem to quite understand what's maybe going on directly around him. So I think he just kind of takes the most direct route here.
Okay, that's a crazy man walking and talking. Let's see if it pays off for him. It doesn't. He's getting hit. 17 on the dice. Ooh, 9 points of bludgeoning damage. How's Praetor doing?
I mean, I'm hurt. You hurt me.
But still up as you go to your turn here.
Okay. All right. This is kind of. I probably should have gone around. Doesn't matter. Drew, you get back 4 stamina points, and Verlix has a 5-foot bonus to your land speed on your next turn.
What are you doing here? What is this ability?
This is a spell.
Spells.
It's called Blessings of Youth. And Drew, when Praetor, I believe I have to touch you. Oh gosh, I'm so stupid. I don't have to touch you. It has a range of 25 plus speed. I'm so stupid. I don't know this character.
Just like your character, you're somewhere else. You're answering
somewhere else.
And
I didn't realize
during the podcast.
I didn't realize that I was
eating corn chips. I'm calling you out, Tyler.
I've been eating so many corn chips this episode. I was what is it when actors don't break character?
Being a jerk.
Method acting?
I'm method acting this, apparently. Oh, gosh. This is a spell called Blessing of Youth. Mm-hmm. And when kind of Drew, your character kind of can feel this, when the magic hits you, is your body kind of cycles through different timelines of itself. And your wound gets kind of written back in time based on a different reality where your wound wasn't as bad as maybe it was previously.
Not only that, cool. Drew, but indeed your gleam scale, the kind of burnt nanosite scales on your tangy hide, for a moment, indeed looks very youthful. Maybe before you developed the disease, and then goes right back to normal after it heals up a little bit.
Interesting.
This is why I should always just roll the spell in roll 20, because I have all this information.
That would have told you everything.
Yeah, all I have to do is literally click this button and it just does everything for me, and I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, but you would have rolled a lot less there. See, that's why you do it the wrong way and take a ton of damage. Okay, that's your full turn. We're back top of turn 3 with Asher and Sky.
All right. Asher's a little bummed that they moved away.
But you got an attack out of it.
True. I am going to move forward to flank with Jamfram.
Okay.
I am going to expend my last entropy point with an entropic strike.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
This is so sad. It's because I wasted that 20 on that acrobatics roll. It just cursed me for the rest of the episode.
It's my fault, you're saying.
All right. That's my turn.
Miles, space truck.
So if Redacted were to run over this plant,
all of us, you would hit every single one of us.
Who would get hurt?
At the very least, from where you are, you'd also have to run over our good friend Jamfram, your cruising buddy from just like 6 seconds ago.
Where is Jamfram?
Can you not see him? He's right next to
Oh, there. Yeah, okay, there. Oh. So it would be everyone.
Nope, just Jamfram and the plant.
Oh.
Patrick is very kind.
Jamfram in the plant.
I'm just looking at a straight line here, and that's the only two that would have to get.
Jamfram, how's your reflex?
It is just about as good as all my other ones.
Awesome.
Oh, not good.
Level 1 is wonderful, isn't it?
It's the
And we all appreciate
I got
starting
a 3,
there.
a 2, and a 2, baby. I mean, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Jabbert's not one to say don't do that, because you splash a lot of damage on other friends in Pathfinder and
right. Oh yeah. I've got it coming.
Lightning bolt some allies.
All right. Well then vroom vroom, baby.
All right. So you are running over. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh goodness. Back to these rules. Full action,
and I believe my gloves give me a +2 to the save DC.
Yes, you also you have to make a piloting check. It's a little easier. I think it's only DC 11 because you have been moving the previous round. So boy, you blew that out of the park. 15 on the dice. And both Jamfram and I are making a reflex save. The plant might jump out of the way of some of this damage here. 15 on the dice. Oh, Jamf. Oh no. Jam's taking a bumper to the groin here.
Bumper to the nog.
So does the plant fully save on that, or?
So the thing about run over is it still takes half damage on a save, unless it's got like evasion or something.
Gotcha.
So taking half
44.
Yeah.
4d4. Yes.
Oh, I don't know if I have enough healing spells.
So you were taking 5 points damage.
Yeah. And
11.
Jam's taking 11.
So sorry.
I'm bloodied.
I'm bloodied. Wow.
Come a little bit closer.
Right, exactly. Now I'm gonna have that's gonna be I'm gonna hear that song in my nightmares for the rest of the
So I guess I'm here now.
Yeah. Now the song you hear as he flies by is "Move, Knight, get out the way, get out."
Yeah, you can move up to 30 feet there.
No, it's I think it's still lowrider.
I think because you did hit 2 people here, the vehicle, the bumper does take some damage.
Oh no.
You take half of both. I guess. Well, actually, I might have to look this up, because the vehicle takes damage equal to half the damage rolled for each creature it runs over. And I guess if it's half for both, like if they're not added together, I don't think that goes over the hardness for the wagon's pretty hardy. The wagon's got a hardness of 5. So that's the exact number you rolled last week for the mole beetle as well.
Right.
Points. Okay, Zilix Thel, we're on to you. Drew.
Oh, all right. making a debate here. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna see the rifle sort of disappear into Zilix's arm, and a longsword appear as part of that. And we're gonna try to do a.
You're just making. You're a weaponsmith now.
Yeah, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to see. I would really like to see it in like real life, or because it seems really cool in my head how it works. And we're gonna take a slice with the longsword.
Imagine it kind of works like resin a weapon in like VR kind of games, like oh gosh, what's that? What's that manga with the video game? Everyone's stuck in the video game.
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online. There's like a
Yeah.
1,000.
No, there's one, Tyler. What'd you get here, Drew?
That's a 12.
12 against KAC.
Yes.
Oh, that's a miss. If only one of your several allies were willing to flank with you, but no.
Why not flanking with the car?
I mean, that's a valid question.
No, it's not. The car's not flanking. Oh, good times, good times. It is the plant monster's turn. Let's see here. Oh, it is instinctively protecting its new source of food that it's found here. So that means it's fighting to the death. And we've got a couple of people that have done some damage to it in the form of Jamf, form of Asher. We're going to attack you both with a vine in that order. Jamfram and then Asher. A 12 and a 9. What is your AC, Jabert?
My AC is 18.
Ooh, you got the best. You are indeed the party tank. That 12 with the multiple attack penalty is a miss. Ooh. I think the 9 is also a miss.
Mine is only 14 right now because I have no EP.
That is still a miss. Maybe if they were the other way around, that would have been one hit, but that's going to take us back to you, Jabert.
All right.
Thing is flailing about and just hitting nothing.
Oh, he's trying. All right, let's see. I've got a... Oh, boy. I am...
Oh, wait. Do you hit the ground when you get hit by a vehicle?
I might get knocked down, yeah. Well, maybe, I mean, in that case, both of us would be knocked down, so...
Yeah, when you take
snuggle party on the ground.
And if you're knocked down, that would change some math on some of these.
It might.
Nope. Nothing in the rules, at least, for run over. Maybe I'm thinking of Ram.
Maybe.
All right. Well, then, I mean, I think I do feel like I need to make 2 attacks since I'm flanking right now with Asher in the sky. All right.
Start fishing.
Here we go.
Now Ram is just a ton more damage.
He got it. He got it.
There it goes.
Patreon shout out for one of our many Crittermanders out there supporting us on Patreon. Let's give a shout out to another flanking buddy. Sure, we'll go to the top tier, a Dragon Master Rising, get all the benefits. Noah C, thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon, making Dead Men Roll, no crits happen, and everything basically we do here on the podcast. That's a ton of damage, Bert.
It's a fair amount. It's 13 points. 14 points.
Oh, where was that? The other attack. This guy only had a few hit points left, so indeed you hack at this shrubbery and slice it right down the middle, and the limp sides kind of fall to the ground and shoot some sparks out some of these flowers, but then go limp, and we're out of combat.
Woo!
Yeah.
Good work, everyone.
Good show. Good show, folks. Good show.
It's really such a shame. It was such beautiful flowers.
Did you hit me with your car though? Was that a part of that fight? How is Jamfram doing?
I'm in HP damage.
Oh,
so
boy.
yeah, but it's all right. I'll if there's a moment, I'll take a breather, and you see Jamfram reach into his pocket and he pulls out a little piece of plastic and
Does
Take some puff on an inhaler, and I'll be right as rain in just a couple of minutes. Just be right with you.
anybody else here want to take a 10-minute rest?
Why not?
Zilix could definitely use one.
Can I use that 10-minute rest to work on the vehicle?
Yeah, I don't think it's taking any damage. I'm going to double check on the rules for that.
Well, didn't you say that it got a point of damage from Jam from bringing out the sword?
You can buff that out probably. buff it right out. But now Jamfram is in the back of the station wagon. That's where the extra seat is for this vehicle. It's the way back. Yeah, Gavin goes over and kind of shuts down the auxiliary power going through all these wires and kind of limps over to you guys and says, "Wow, what was that thing?"
Some kind of plant, old man.
Yeah, I saw that. It came out the bush, but it shocked me good. It did.
I think we'd better keep an eye out for those things in the settlement. It could be one of many.
I think we best get a flamethrower out here and just burn this entire wall of vines down to the ground.
That's not necessarily the best way to deal with unwanted plant life.
Oh, I imagine you want to give it its own garden.
Maybe.
They're very pretty flowers. I don't know. Maybe I do.
You know, put a hardy fence around it that it can't
cut
get
to
out.
book 6 and Asher and Sky have an army of Joltvines at their beck and call. Hey, you've changed your class entirely. You know, you're a plant whisperer, the new Starfinder class.
We have a biologist or anything that can.
There's also a botanist in the.
Botanist.
Do you want to inspect this thing?
Yes.
Bring its remains back with you?
Yes, and then we can have our botanist friend perhaps check out this area, see if there are any signs of additional jolt vines, and or if this was more of a.
Is there a way that we could use what we learned from this to maybe enhance our power source? I mean, it's a natural
plug the plant in.
a natural way to to conduct electricity or something.
You want to trap some of these things and just plug them in?
I mean,
I think
it worked on Pokemon.
Oh no!
Gavin says, these things they was sucking off the grid. They weren't tapping into it to give us some free juice. Yeah, you heard what I said. I say it's it in. But yeah, no, as you're inspecting this, Drew, Zilix, you see on this plant's kind of like main stalks that, kind of it walked around on. So the vines kind of that would form more roots for this thing. There looks to be some rot in places on the vines here. Indeed, looks like a necrotic growth. A bit of ashen black and purple that sends you to flashbacks of your home world and the blighted bark there on the Ixtangi homeworld of Doganga, and perhaps that sends you reeling back as you're waiting for your friends to heal up and rest here to your own past of medical visits and being poked and prodded by doctors over many, many years. Probably not anything like the blighted bark here on this distant planet, but it does look like a pretty nasty plant infection this thing had.
Gross.
Does that change your opinion of bringing this back for testing, or maybe harvesting these things as living battery?
Can I...
I mean, waste not, want not.
We should
trying
just
to
eat
see if there's anything that if I rolled life science, could I find out anything else about that?
Yeah, why don't you give me a roll? I mean, it's not as blighted bark would have like covered this entire thing, but it is a pretty nasty looking, like non-natural wood blight that is on this creature. But that's not enough to figure out what this is exactly. But
fellows, as I look this over, I do wonder if perchance we should follow Gabin's advice and take a flamethrower to the whole thing.
oh my, are you pointing people out? It's like maybe 5% of its vines have this kind of malformation of burnt looking bark.
Maybe 5% today, but 10% tomorrow, and we know how these things go.
Does it appear to be magical in source or purely physical?
Doesn't seem to be anything magical about it here. It doesn't look like it's taken over this plant. It just seems like it has taken some damage from whatever caused this.
The presence of the rot is all the more reason to have the
botanist, whose name is
Chastity, the botanist Chastity.
Oh no, there's an actual character who's the botanist. So sorry. Try again. There's actually a couple. There's a Tayeti.
There's a Yeti.
Tayeta, who's a host, Sheeran, but also Haltharia Grommen is another botanist / biologist that's on the expedition.
Yes, they should analyze this, and perhaps this area, soil samples may need to be taken. We should investigate this thoroughly, make sure that it is not going to be a reoccurring issue. But we also have the silo that we need to go address post haste.
So now that we've defeated this thing, are there still like electrical wires everywhere sparking off, or was that all vines that were?
Oh no!
With this creature.
Indeed, Gabin will explain that it came through and just started ripping wires out all over the place and started slurping them down, slurping up the electricity. He's turned off these wires until he can repair them. The Asharan priest Lioshu will come on over and begin to tend to Gabin's wounds, and as he does, indeed, you get a call over comms. It's Ezran Shire, who's like, guys, you might want to see this. It's we're gonna need your help over here. How'd everything go at the power core?
Annoying.
It went great. Jamfram says on comms with like a tire track on his face.
Let's just say it was an electrifying experience.
Oh, that sounded like a pun. I like it, Zilix. You're gonna have to explain that to me when you get here, but maybe get in the space buggy and pedal to the metal.
We're on our way.
All right, good, because there's a whole lot of to be continued over here. Oh, it's coming out the walls. To be continued all over the place. You thought there was a silo? Nope, there's just to be continued here. That's gonna do it for this week's episode, everybody. You survived the horrific Joltvine.
Write that down.
Hooray! That's not gonna. How am I gonna make that incorrect in the recap next week?
You'll find a way.
No,
Bolting Vine.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it for us here, folks. The five of you, thanks for playing with me this week.
Thank you, Patrick.
Patrick. Listeners, thanks for listening. All you Crittermanders out there, thanks so much. And we'll catch you next time on Cosmic Crit.
Bye, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Cosmic Crit, an officially licensed partner of Paizo Incorporated. The Starfinder role-playing game and adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and are used with permission.